Now, there was a question on the community about best practices when using Jira or when starting to use Jira in an organization. And so this question is not really just a question. I think it is more about a discussion that I believe Bob was trying to initiate on the community. Now, let me try to read the important bits in this particular post. So Bob is saying that I'm pretty new to Jira and have a question about projects. So he basically wanted to know how to organize projects for taking care of different things like proposals, licenses, I believe internal tasks, and sales and marketing. Now, he also mentioned that let us say if they are developing a software or a product. Now, for each and every software product, let us say the product name is App 1. There may be a backlog related to the development activities and also some test cases, for example, test related activities. Now, he is trying to ask that what about the proposal, license, sales initiative? Will all that stay within the same project, or should it stay within the same project? And he's saying that this feels like creating many relationships between projects, and my understanding was that project should encompass the entire body of work and all things related to that particular project. So I believe he is trying to he's basically looking for some suggestions around whether we should create one project for everything like development activities, proposals, and sales and marketing efforts, internal tasks. And I tried to answer that question for each and every type of activity. So I didn't really start with the software part, like the development part, because that is too obvious. In case you want to do your development, of course, you can start by using Jira software, or maybe, of course, Jira software, but using Scrum or Kanban. That is totally up to you if you want to use Scrum or just a Kanban board. Now, when it comes to using proposals, for example, now, if you are thinking that proposals, licenses, or activities around internal tasks or sales and marketing, they all are related to just one project related to a product, you can definitely have you can definitely manage them within the same project. You can have different issue types. Now, Jira is an issue tracker, and whenever you have to track something, it could be a proposal, but the actual proposal is nothing but a document, and that document can be in Confluence, or it could be in a Word file, or it could be in any other document management tool, or maybe any tool that you use for writing documents. And even if you're using, let us say, Word, you can still attach it to your Jira issue. So in Jira, you can have one issue type called proposal, and let us say when you have to keep track of or maybe you have to manage the life cycle of the proposal. So let us say starting from the request for proposal, when someone start working on the proposal, of course, that someone has to be assigned on the issue type, like the proposal issue type. Then you will move it to a different status. Someone can probably review it and approve it. And the good thing about using Jira is that although the actual proposal it can be just a link to a Confluence page, but within Jira, if you're using Jira, you can actually report on it. For example, maybe your management asks you later on, like, how many proposals did we send and how many we won. Maybe you want to find out all the proposals of a specific client, and this is of course possible because you have different attributes or fields that you can use in the issue type called proposal. You can have a separate workflow for proposal. Similarly for licenses. Now for licenses, you can have things like dates. You can have license related to a specific version of a product. And again, if you're using Jira, you can do a bit of automation. For example, maybe you want to alert someone when the license expiry date for a specific client is approaching. Or maybe you want to know all the licenses that have expired. And of course, you can do reporting later on if you want to. Talking about internal activities or sales and marketing. So let us talk about sales and marketing. Now, sales and marketing can be for a specific product, for a specific version, or there is a new release, and maybe you want to run campaigns. Now, those campaigns can be let us say an issue type. Within campaigns, you can have subtasks, and those campaigns can live for maybe maybe for a specific version, or maybe you want to run the campaign before the launch, or maybe when the product is being launched, maybe you want to run the campaign after the launch. And you can, if you want, you can have everything within the project if that is more relevant in your case, but you can actually have a separate project as well. And in Jira, there is a concept of linking, and to be honest, it is not really that messy because when you're linking the issue, one issue to another issue, that link is enough to basically do reporting on it, or maybe you want to have some traceability. But in your case, I would say if you're more comfortable keeping everything within the same project, do that. Nothing will go wrong. It will actually be probably in your case, it will actually be easier for you to manage everything within the same project. So in the end, I would say it is all about how you customize Jira. And if you are not really sure in the beginning how to start using or how to start organizing these things in your project, I would say create a project with a template. So there are a lot of templates that you can straight away start using. In the beginning, I think when you are trying to understand by looking at the documentation or by looking at the product page of Atlassian, Jira software, or maybe Jira Core or Jira Service Management, not everything will seem obvious. How it is difficult to relate to how these things or these tools can work for you in the beginning. It might be difficult. So I would say just give it a try. Sign up for a cloud version, and even if you already have a cloud version, start using it. Start using those projects, those templates. And the good thing about Jira is that you can always customize it, and you can actually customize it quite a lot. So there are, when it comes to customization, you can actually do some extreme customizations as well. And you can always move things around. So if you think later on you have to maybe manage a separate project for sales and marketing, maybe you think you have a separate team who is responsible for these activities. So I think having a separate project makes, in that case, much more sense. But you can always link, as I mentioned before, you can always link these issues together. Like your development activities can be linked to a sales activity. So don't worry too much about how these things will work in the beginning. Start using it, and if you need help, I would say in the beginning, if you're not really sure, if you're still not sure, look for an Atlassian partner, or maybe hire some Atlassian consultant that can probably help you with setting up these things for you in the beginning. And usually Atlassian consultant will ask you things like what you want to do right now, and what exactly you want to achieve in the next 6 months or maybe 1 year. So in the beginning, if you're not really sure, if you think you need further help, do approach a consultant, and a consultant will definitely guide you. And of course, you can always watch my videos if you think these videos are helpful. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you found this video useful and you also learned something new today. Thank you very much.